Zel Boy Army, welcome to another spicy video on the channel. We streamed a 30-0 weekend league yesterday, and big Sami Khedira, Flashback Khedira, looking majestic I must say in his dynamic image there, helped lead us to the 30-0. Probably the most asked question I got in my stream yesterday was just constantly, is Sami Khedira good? Is he usable? Do you recommend him, Zel? So I thought, you know what? We'll do a review video for Sami. I don't do too many review videos because I don't often do that many of these SBCs. But this Sami Khedira, I thought looked pretty good. He's a strong link to CR7. That rule breaks Khedira if ever want. German's a pretty good nationality. I was using the 88 Vieira. So Sami Khedira has effectively replaced 88 Vieira in that same type of role. So he had a lot to live up for. But at the price of around 150,000 coins, I was thinking I'm willing to give it a try and see if he's comparable to that Vieira, who's nearly 4 million on Xbox. It didn't cost me anything to do as I had a bunch of untradables. But yeah, let's have a look where I finished on Weekend League, by the way. Where did we go? We got the 30. So far this week, this year on Foot Champs, I've hit 4 30s. We have 4 30-0s. I've had a 29-1. And I hit 27-3 the weekend before, but one of those was a DC. So we've been doing pretty good this FIFA, to be honest. 36, so top 50, that's always nice. What rewards does that get me? Nice. The 4 jumbos are always nice. And then 5 player picks could be pretty spicy with Team of the Week. CR7 likely to be coming out in packs, gives us a chance at him. Probably unlikely. I'm going to do a video tomorrow, like looking at my weekend league highlights, showing the tactics from it. I did put the tactics video up a few days ago, but yeah, this video is going to be dedicated to Sami Khedira. So I'll show you some highlights of him. CDMs don't often get that many highlights, so the gameplay section isn't going to be massive, but I'll just give you my honest thoughts about him. So, 31 games, 3 goals, 11 assists. One of those, someone just quit. 0-0. In 31 games, he was involved in 14 goals. In my tactic, anyone who's watched my tactics, followed how I play this year, I play 2 CDMs. I play the 4-4-2 second variation. I have 1 CDM on stay back while attacking and cut passing lanes. For me, that's Sami Khedira. I'm using him in the destroyer role. And then my other CDM, Bruno Fernandes, he's the playmaker, the creator. So in my team, Sami Khedira is the destroyer. So he wasn't going to get involved that much in the attack in the sense of he's on stay back while attacking. So you don't expect too much goal contributions. So to get 1 in 2, considering some of the other players I've got that I'm playing around, that's pretty good going from Sami, I'd say. The skill moves doesn't really bother me much. I'm not playing to do that much with him. He plays pretty safe on the ball. The weak foot was really nice. Like the weak foot was noticeable. He doesn't really have any player traits, so nothing to talk about there really. But yeah, he played really well, to be honest, with the weak foot. That was nice. Now the biggest, like when you look at the card that instantly pops up is like, is it going to be a bit of an issue? Is the pace. Off the mark, a little bit slow. He's a little bit slow, but with a shadow, he has 91 sprint speed. So once he gets going, and I do think on this game, sprint speed is a lot more important compared to acceleration, especially compared to other years. Once he gets going, that sprint speed is pretty good. 91 sprint speed will keep up with most players in this game. And because he's at CDM and you can switch to him early and cover, like he doesn't really get outpaced by too many players. So that's not a big issue. I wasn't having many shooting opportunities. His movement seemed pretty good at picking up space. He hit a couple of shots that had a lot of power and I could see that. He did miss 1 open net from like 8 yards. I record on my weekend league games and I'll just be going through some of them to try and get some clips. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find that one, but Yeah, he missed an absolute sitter, which I was in disbelief at. But the goals he scored, he took pretty well. The passing is probably where he shined the most, I'm not going to lie. 87 vision and 93 short pass with 90 long pass are unreal. Like, that is really high stats at this point in the game. The really high passing stat players, their passing just feels sharper. And what a lot of people don't do with these players that you can really excel with them is driven passes into the striker's feet from the midfield. They're really quick and just cut through the defence. And you can make driven passes with these guys that normal players can't make. Bruno Fernandes, what's his passing? Yeah, it's like 90 short pass, 92 vision. So Khedira's passing's pretty similar to that Bruno Fernandes, especially on his strong foot, but because he's got such a good weak foot, he can do it as well. He can do passes that just cut through the midfield and get your strikers really quick. His through balls are pretty good. So his passing was really good. And combined with that composure, great passing stats, and 4-star weak foot, against team press he was pretty good because his passing always felt really solid. On this game, dribbling, the literal dribbling stat, which is 87, which is pretty damn good, is much more important than agility and balance this year. Agility still matters quite a bit. Balance, I don't really notice it that much. Being 6'2 with low agility, I thought maybe might feel a bit clunky, but honestly, he felt pretty good on the ball. It wasn't like I'd get to the edge of the box and start dancing with him and go on crazy runs with him. But he was very good on the ball, just taking a touch. He has good ball control, spinning, and then just laying it off to someone, or going for a pretty good pass, taking a touch, getting out his feet, turning, doing the driven pass into the striker. He was very good at that, and he didn't feel clunky at all. He feels better on the ball than Vieira, and definitely a better passer. His defending stats, now with a shadow, he has 99 interceptions and 93 defending awareness and great stand tackle. He's one of the best players I've used in the game this year at defending. In the pure aspect of he just seems in the right place. His strength, aggression, he has a big body type. Combined with those defending stats, and he's fairly quick for a CDM. He felt a bit of an animal, to be honest. Like, the best comparison to compare him to is Vieira. This card for me is definitely better than Baby Vieira. Some people might think that's crazy, but for me, he's definitely better than the Baby Vieira. The 88 Vieira is quite a lot slower than. He's better at shooting, he's better at passing, he's better on the ball. The defending and physical are similar. It's pretty close. As an all-round player, he's probably similar to that 88 Vieira. Genuinely, I'd say. Maybe not quite as good because of the pace and the height. But as an out-and-out defensive midfielder, which is what you're getting him for, really, I would say the 88 Vieira is still better. But this guy's a strong link to CR7. There's not many good ones to him at the moment. And he's 150k. I've not done any other SBCs this FIFA other than a Tal. By the way, I don't know if a Tal's still available. If he is, doing like this guy's an insane impact sub at CDM for me. I've only done 2 SBCs and the game's nearly been out 2 months. I don't really do many SBCs because they tend to be rip-offs. But the price of this guy, I think is an absolute bargain. He'll last me a couple of months, I'd imagine, in my team. Absolutely love him. He's definitely worth the coins for me, to be honest. The stamina, when you go to extra time, it's a bit of an issue, so I use a Tal. But a Tal's a great CDM to bring on, so I don't mind subbing him off. But he lasts 90 minutes completely fine, even when I've got press on heavy touch. Maybe if you're playing drop back or balance, you can last the whole game. He could last the whole game, by the way. He's not really low by extra time, even on press and heavy touch. I just like to bring a Tal on anyway. But yeah, the pros, he's pretty quick once he gets going. His passing is elite, one of the best passes I've used. He feels pretty good on the ball. His defending and physical are some of the best I've seen in the game. I mean, stats-wise, they are up there. I don't think there's any players at the moment, like, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's anyone with this high physical stats who's that good on the game. The 88 Vieira and 86 have worse physical than him. None of the icon centre-backs, I think, have as good physical. Hullet doesn't have as good physical. Like, this Khedira is genuinely an elite card right now. The problem is, it's an untradeable SBC. Don't change your team just to get him. But if you're struggling to get CR7 on full chem, and you like CR7, then I do think this Khedira could be worth it. As a centre mid, he'd still be pretty good, but he's going to excel in that destroyer role. So, yeah, I love this card. I'll show you some of the gameplay clips I've got of him. See what you guys think. Okay, here's just an example coming up here of just Khedira on the spin just playing a pinpoint pass. Like, this pass here, I genuinely don't think people will give him much credit to it, but I don't think many players make this pass so easily. Look, so he takes the touch, quick, spin, and it's perfect. I think if you have like an extra, he has like 90 long pass. I think if someone has like 70, which most decent players do on this game, not many players have great long pass, I think he probably doesn't make that so quick. And it allows me to start counter-attack quick, and then I break away. I don't know if I score this. Do I? No, CR7 messes up. But that was just an example there of a nice pass from Khedira. Another pass coming up from Khedira in a sec. So pass to him. Then there, like, look at this. It's so quick. And the thing is there, because it's so quick, it catches people out. And the thing is, when you do driven passes, they are good, and I definitely think they're one of the best ways of breaking people down by doing them straight to your striker. But a lot of people don't do them as efficiently as Khedira can. And because they're so quick, they catch people out. And it just works so well. So having that in your locker really does help him. Okay, here's one of Khedira's few goals that he managed to get coming up here. See there, turns pretty well. Not too clunky, but they're bad by me. But Khedira just seemed to have that a lot where he just wins the ball back quite a lot. And there wasn't a lot people could do about it. He just wins a lot of stupid stuff because of his body type. You can see there he's quite stocky. Here's an amazing pass by him, by the way. Like, look at that. So perfect. And there, here I end up shooting on his 3-star weak foot, which maybe wasn't the best decision. But look, even though that's his 3-star weak foot, we'll watch that back. Beautiful man there, isn't he? Even though maybe wasn't the best decision, it still had a lot of shot power and goes in fine. Like from deep, he was generally pretty good movement. And like I say, in the midfield, he gets stuck in and wins a lot of stupid stuff that most people aren't going to be able to deal with, because not many people have a body type or the stats to match Sami Khedira. Here coming up just another example of a driven pass by him. Look, this one, there's no right to make this pass. And maybe the guy should have intercepted it, but I genuinely think we'll watch that back. I genuinely think that is because his passing's that high, that it just has that extra zip on it to beat him. I think if he has like 8 short pass, I don't think he makes that. But that driven pass there, that's the difference there between him and like an Alan or a Kante. That his passing's just that little bit better, and it makes a difference. And you'll keep the ball more, you can start better counter-attacks, you can cut people open more with it, that a lot of players aren't capable of doing it on the game right now. As I go through my gameplay from my weekend, trying to find a lot of clips of him defending, I'll be honest, I'm struggling to find that many. Not because he doesn't defend well, but a lot of the time people avoid going towards Sami because he's a big boy type. And the two types of main ways that players should defend on this game, for me, you should be dragging your midfield back a lot. It's one of the tips I give a lot of people when I do coach and gameplay analysis, that you need to drag your midfield back more because people don't. And you either, once you've dragged them back, you let them do their own AI thing, which Khedira can do really well because he has 99 interceptions with a shadow, or you control them and use them as like a big unit to cut passing lanes. And because Khedira is relatively fast with a shadow, like not insanely fast but pretty quick, and he's got a big body type, he's very good for manually defending. And when you step in and go for aggressive tackles, he wins the ball nearly every time. But you can also leave him to do his own thing because his defending stats are so high. Look at this play by Khedira coming up there. So like, just wins the tackle really cleanly there and starts the counter-attack straight away. Is there anything else coming up from him? No, I don't think so. But you can just see that, really clean in the tackle, very consistent. You can see a lot of the time as well, I go back to him quite a lot. Him and Bruno I use to like start my attacks. One of the main things people don't do enough is they don't mix the tempo up of their attacks. They just go, yeah, we'll see, watch all this again. So all this started from Khedira. Khedira there, straight on Son, so Son couldn't do anything. Then he steps forward, he was pretty quick there. And then I go backwards, I mix the tempo of my attack up, And like I said, a lot of people don't mix the tempo of their attack up enough, ends up messing them up. I go backwards. I build my attacks round him and Bruno in the midfield, use them to go backwards, and then they're good enough at passing to go forwards. So I really like having two high passing players. Bridge dribble either way. Best trick in the game. And yeah, all that starts from from Khedira, Big Sammy, setting it up. There you have it. Mr. Big Sammy Khedira, what a man. Insane value, like, he's a 9 out of 10 value, in my opinion, right now. His only cons are maybe his stamina's a little low, and he's not insanely fast, and he's not great at shooting, but he's okay at shooting. His passing's amazing. His dribbling's fine for someone of that build. His defending and physical stats are elite. His links are good. Links to CR7, and he's German. If you use CR7 and want him on full chem, Sammy's your man. I always say with SBCs, look at the price, look how long you think they'll last you. I think this card could last at least 2 months. Could last me till Team of the Year, potentially. I mean, we don't know what other cards are going to come, but for now, he's very good. And he's an okay rank to go into an SBC if I need him at some point. But I really like this Khedira. Great value, great card. Hope this video has been able to help you. Any questions, please let me know. Make sure, boys, you subscribe if you don't already. Tune into the streams. Pretty much every day I stream. If you missed the stream yesterday, you missed the big 30, 4th of the year. Appreciate the support, boys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And let me know if you've already got Sammy or you're going to get him and you enjoy him.